The Silent Path, a ninja's lesson on inner peace. Long ago, in the quiet mountains of ancient Japan, there was a hidden village known only to a few. It was a place where warriors trained not to fight wars, but to master themselves. This village was home to a young ninja named Kaito, just 17 years old, but already one of the most promising students in the dojo. Kaito was fast, sharp, and skilled with every weapon. No one could match his speed in sparring or his accuracy with a blade. But deep inside, Kaito was restless. He constantly compared himself to others, always needed to prove he was the best, and feared one thing above all: silence. He couldn't stand still. When meditation time came, his legs would twitch, his thoughts would race. He thought silence was a waste of time. Real power is in action, not in stillness, he would say. His master, an old and quiet man named Sensei Haruto, noticed this. One morning, after the usual training, Haruto called Kaito aside. "Kaito," he said gently, "you move like wind and strike like lightning, but your heart is louder than your steps. You must learn the power of stillness." Kaito bowed, though he didn't fully understand. Still, out of respect, he listened. "Tomorrow," the sensei continued, "you will go to the mountain temple alone. Take no weapons. Speak to no one. Stay there for 7 days. Your lesson awaits in silence." Kaito frowned, but obeyed. The next morning, Kaito climbed to the ancient temple, high above the clouds. It was quiet, uncomfortably quiet. No clashing swords, no commands, no noise at all, just the wind in the trees and the rustling of leaves. Day 1 passed slowly. Kaito paced. He climbed rocks. He did push-ups, he counted his breaths, and yet the silence made him uneasy. By day 3, he started to feel his thoughts slow. He noticed small things, the way the sunlight danced through the bamboo, the sound of distant birds, even the feel of the stone beneath his hands. On the 5th day, while sitting still, Kaito remembered his father, who had died when he was a child. A memory he had buried deep surfaced. His father gently saying, "Strength is not in the sword, my son, but in the heart that holds it." Tears welled in Kaito's eyes. He had trained for years to be strong, but he had never stopped long enough to truly feel. On the 7th day, Sensei Haruto at the temple. Kaito bowed deeply. "Sensei, I didn't fight anyone, I didn't train, but I feel changed." The old man smiled. "That is because your greatest opponent has always been inside you." "I understand now," Kaito said. "In silence, I heard my truest voice." Haruto placed a hand on his shoulder. "Well done, Kaito. Now you are ready." Years passed, and Kaito grew into a wise man. He became known not just for his skill, but for his calm presence. People came from far away, not to see his swordplay, but to hear his words. He taught the younger ones not just how to fight, but how to listen, to their breath, to nature, to the quiet inside their hearts. One of his most famous students once asked him, "Master Kaito, what is the most powerful weapon of a ninja?" Kaito smiled and replied, "The ability to stay still when your heart wants to run, to stay silent when your pride wants to shout, to wait when the world rushes. That is true power." And so Kaito's story became a legend. In a world that often praises noise, speed, and strength, his life reminded everyone that sometimes the greatest victories are the quiet ones, the ones that happen inside us. So the next time you feel the need to prove yourself, remember the boy who climbed the mountain, sat in silence, and found his greatest strength not in the sword, but in stillness. Moral of the story: stillness is not weakness. It is the birthplace of clarity, peace, and true power.